Hello, and welcome to the inaugural episode of the Evil and Eerie Podcast. My name is Lorenzo, and I am here with one of my good friends. Her name is Lucrezia, but we also call her Lucretia when we feel daring. We also call her Luca. We also call her Astrid.
Oh my. Astrid? Where did that come from?
We call you Astrid.
Who even... Oh, there's an yeah. Well, I keep hearing the name Astrid because they have somebody at the town hall where I work that's named Astrid.
Oh, of course they do.
Of course they do, yeah.
You know what Astrid sounds like?
No. Yeah,
Astrid.
don't.
And ashtray, but neither one of us are smokers. But
Astrid. Wait, you know who Astrid is?
No.
Oh. No. I didn't either. No.
And we call her Grandma and Grandpa.
Grandpa. Megan's grandma. Well, we still go by that.
I thought I was Grandma.
Since when?
No, I'm kidding. I am Great Aunt Lucy. We're both in our 20s, early 20s. One of us is older than the other.
By only a year.
By a year. She's the cougar. No, I'm kidding. We're not in a relationship. So that doesn't work like that. But not that she isn't, because she is, but not with me.
Okay.
With somebody else. But yeah, you can read more about Luca on the website. We have biographies up for all of our co-hosts, and you can see her beautiful face and learn about her exquisite life as a woman who was born in Italy, who came over on a raft at the age of 2 with her her father, her MILF mother.
Stop saying that! Oh my gosh.
Who was at the time pregnant with her brother. No, I'm kidding. I don't know.
No, he was already born.
Oh, okay. But yes, she is from Italy. And that is all you will know about her.
Good.
So, unless you want to know about her gluten intolerance, but that's another. Or her allergies.
It's cheating on, intolerance is not. Imagine if it was an allergy, I would not be eating anything at all. I basically am cheating anyway, so.
Yeah, with your coconut water.
Yeah, is that even?
Oh, she's also the queen of the Bahamas.
Oh.
They own the Bahamas.
No. No.
Barbara, sorry, her mother Barbara owns the Bahamas.
No.
Oh, Lord. They own half of the Bahamas.
Oh my god, no. Oh.
She's like, I just want to go home, guys. All jokes aside, we don't actually call her Astrid. Her name is Luca, and she is just one of the many co-hosts that will be joining me on the Evil and Eerie Podcast. And so thank you for listening. If you've tuned in, I promise we are going to talk about all things evil and eerie. But we also want to make you laugh. So don't go away, because we will give you a chuckle. We'll give you a tickle in your throat. And it won't be a bug crawling in there.
Ew. A bug.
Oh, Lord. Help me. Okay, so.
Help us all.
If you're here, you're probably wondering what the Evil and Eerie Podcast is. If you haven't already seen the Instagram or the Twitter or anything, this is a true crime podcast, but we're not just going to do true crime. We're going to do true crime, unsolved mysteries, conspiracy theories, paranormal and ghost stories, and we want to do fan submission experiences as well. We want to hear what other people have actually gone through. And for everything above that I just listed, we kind of just want to dissect that and give you our theories. And, of course, we want to mix it with adult humor as only best... I said that wrong. As only we can. As best as... I tried to mix as best as we can, and only as we can. So, I'm going to be the main host for all of the episodes, so you're going to hear my voice a lot, hear my laugh a lot, and hopefully you will get used to it. And my co-hosts are going to be interchangeable. Most of the time I'm going to have one co-host, Luca being one of them. We have another friend named Megan who's going to be joining us, and some other people that you'll meet along the way. But there are going to be some other episodes where we have multiple co-hosts. We are going to go over one of the many categories that we're going to do. For right now, it's just an audio podcast, but we do want to do video at some point. And I also want to apologize for the sound quality. I realize it's not the best. We are two recent college graduates. Neither of us have money that we know of. You might have some from, waiting for you in a will.
Not my own.
I definitely don't. And so we eventually want to get our own recording studio and equipment, and we can't do that until we get downloads, which will give us sponsors. So please download so we can look for sponsors, because that would be wonderful, and we could make this a better experience for you. We also want to start doing it, we want to do a video thing at some point too, so you can see us, not only hear us. And the fun part is that we had an idea for a podcast a year ago that we kind of ditched because the semester was awful, where we were going to go visit haunted places in New England, but I kind of want to branch that out to we'll go anywhere if we're getting paid.
Yeah.
And we're going to look at get video footage of the most haunted places and talk about our experiences. We might get possessed in the process, but hey, that's what we're in this business for. So what you can do now to support us is download this podcast on whatever streaming service you're using, share it with people, and we do have social media accounts. We are on Facebook, the Evil and Eerie Podcast. We're on Twitter, Evil Eerie Podcast, and we're on Instagram at Evil and Eerie Podcast. We also have a TikTok, but yeah, I don't know. I haven't posted on that yet. I'm gonna have to, because it's what all the kids are using these days.
Yeah, that could be of all the places that we visit too. Make little videos.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that'd be a good idea. Yeah. Wow, I didn't even connect that. So anyway, we are both recent college graduates, like I said. Yes. Luca and I met at college in a film class. Well, we didn't meet there, but we knew of each other from that. Yeah. She is here with me today.
Yes.
And in case you were wondering, yes, she is from Italy.
Yes.
Although she doesn't have an accent.
Sometimes. Some people just say I have certain words sound a little weirder. I don't know.
So we're going to just jump right in, because we don't want to waste any more of your time. And that's what we're here to do, is to talk about crimes. And we have a good one for you today for the inaugural episode of the Evil and Eerie Podcast. We are talking about Lizzie Borden. Yes, so Lizzie Borden, one of my favorites. I don't know about you, but
I don't know, it's kind of hard to pick. I'm always
hard
indecisive.
To rank your serial killers. It's hard to rank your serial killers.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I think, this is an idea I got. I'm going to shout out the Morbid Podcast, because those ladies are amazing, and they are definitely an inspiration, so hopefully they listen to this. They said that everybody has a favorite serial killer. And I think that's not like you're worshiping them, but it's somebody who interests you the most. For me, it's the Zodiac Killer. Personally,
I thought, because they have a show about the Zodiac. Is it?
They made a movie with.
With Zac Efron, right? No,
what?
That was not with Zac Efron. Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy.
I was gonna say Jake Gyllenhaal. I thought you were confusing Jake Gyllenhaal and Zac Efron.
No, I completely was thinking about Ted Bundy.
No, the Zodiac movie had.
I watched the documentary too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, the Zodiac movie had Jake Gyllenhaal and Robert Downey Jr. in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I gotta.
And there's.
Wait, maybe I did.
somebody
I
else
gotta
in it
watch
too.
that.
There's somebody
I'll
else in
make
it
sure.
too. There's also another actor it's in it that I don't like.
I
But I'm
gotta
not
add
going to
that
mention
to the list of many.
it. I mean, we were cinema
It
majors,
shows.
so.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, we're talking about Lizzie Borden, and I guess we'll jump right in because she had quite an exciting life. This Lizzie Borden. She unfortunately, oh, I'm gonna sound like such an asswipe, but I was looking up pictures of Lizzie Borden prior to this research. She was not the prettiest pickle in the patch.
Oh my.
Yeah. Sorry. I know I get a little bit silly on this podcast, and neither was her sister.
I forgot.
Although her sister, compared to her, was like Cindy Crawford.
Oh.
Compared. Whatever. They're long dead now. So Lizzie Borden was born July 19th, 1860. In Fall River, Massachusetts.
Oh, so like around the Civil War.
Yes.
Because I visited a long time ago.
You did.
I think I went there twice when I was like little. As I forgot.
Did you get Lizzie Borden vibes when you went there? Like, did you feel like axe murdering Barbara?
What the? Oh my.
Oh wait, no, that's not right. Because Barbara's your legitimate mother. You don't have a stepmother.
Oh yeah, no.
Did you feel like murdering
No,
Luciano with an axe?
God, no.
Imagine if you just got possessed by Lizzie Borden.
Oh well, I mean, my mom probably.
That'd be depressed. Oh yeah, her mom does get possessed. Hopefully not by Lizzie Borden, but so Lizzie Borden was born to Andrew and Sarah, and Andrew actually was her middle name. So we're already off to an unfortunate start for Lizzie Borden here. The fact that her middle name was Andrew, which was purely based off of the fact that was her father's name. Because I don't know, I guess they did that back in the day. Like, you got your father's first name as your middle name, regardless of what.
Usually you'd think at that time they wouldn't get, like, a father's name. I don't know.
I didn't even think they'd get any middle name at that point.
Maybe.
I feel like middle names are more of like a more recent thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, maybe not, because it always had like a religious significance, I think.
Yeah.
And as we're about to find out, they were a religious family. Andrew was, he was poor as a boy, but he actually got super wealthy. His net worth in 1860 was $300,000, which would compare for that time. Oh yeah, because today it'd be the equivalent of $9 million.
Oh, okay.
Well, the man sold furniture, caskets, and he developed property, and he was the manager of textile mills. So he was bringing in all that. He was bringing in all that dough. I find it funny how he made and sold caskets.
Yeah.
Because he would
That's
soon
a little ironic.
That's foreshadowing.
He
the
built
future.
his own casket. Creepy.
She had one sister named Emma. And apparently I tried to find out if she had other siblings. And this is kind of where it gets interesting. Like, I'm going to talk about this more when we go into, like, our personal, like, theories. I tried to find out if she had other siblings. Apparently she had another sister named Alice that died at age 2.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But Alice, like, died before Lizzie was even born.
So Alice would have been, like, the older sister.
I'm not sure, because Emma was older than Lizzie.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not sure if Emma came first. I didn't find out how much older Emma was than Lizzie. I'm a great researcher, aren't I? But Alice, I know Lizzie would have been the baby regardless. But I'm pretty sure that's the only sibling she had, Emma. And her mother Sarah died when she was 3 years old. So, like I said, they were super religious. To the point where they had the daughters, Emma and Lizzie, teaching religious education.
Did it say what kind of religion?
I'm assuming Protestant or Catholic. And they were also members of the Ladies' Fruit and Flower Mission.
Does that still exist?
I hope it does. I could see you as a member.
What? How? Was that like a
because of the
religious
drinks you
group,
drink.
The drinks I drink?
Yeah.
Oh,
The like
wow,
hippie
yeah, I got
drinks.
that little like I can't even talk. Flower flavored water and strawberries.
I could see you becoming a member of the Ladies Fruit and Flower
Because they all
Mission.
drink flavored water.
I could see you moderating a meeting for Jen.
For Jen about what? What is it? The fruit flavor?
I need to stop talking about Jen because I don't know who she is.
Yeah, I know.
So, we have them as members of the Ladies Fruit and Flower Mission that Luca is also a member of. You should have, when you went to Fall River, you should have seen if they like still had that going. You should have asked for a pamphlet.
Yeah. Oh my god. Honestly, I don't even think they mentioned any of that, like the fruit and flower. What's it?
I would hope not. That'd be such a weird thing.
That would just like people would just be sidetracked and just be like, what does that have to do with why you're here?
I just picture this wholesome image of her like picking an apple and then like getting a flower and giving them to somebody, like just having like slaughtered an entire family.
Oh my god.
Like she cuts someone's head off and goes to pick apples for the elderly neighbors next door.
Wow, what a nice
She arranges flowers. Oh, that Lizzie Borden, she's so nice. She cut off her stepmother's ear, but look at those petunias she gathered.
Oh Lord.
What a girl. So anyway, Andrew, well, he married off not too long after.
Are those
okay? No, I was right. They are. Oh wow, you notice?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. So, Andrew married Abby Durfee Gray 3 years after the beloved Sarah's death. They did not have a good relationship.
Wait, was him and the stepmom didn't have a good relationship, or like her, or was Lizzie and this? Wait, what? Who?
Yeah, they hated each other, but they got married.
Oh my god! Well, I thought you meant like they got married and they hated each other like right after, but they decided to stay together for some reason.
Because of their kids. They didn't have any kids together.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, Abby Durfee Gray did not have a good relationship with the Lizzie and Emma.
Oh, Emma.
So it was like a Cinderella story.
Oh, yes.
Well, actually, that was a stupid analogy to make because that's not how the story went. The stepmother and the daughter didn't like each other. They didn't eat meals together at all, which not eating meals as a family back in the 1860s, like unheard of. Yeah. Unheard of, kids. They called her Mrs. Durfee, which I don't know if she wanted them to call her Mrs. Durfee or if they were calling her Mrs. Durfee to kind of piss her off. Mm. They also thought that she married into the family because of the wealth. Because, like I said, Andrew had a lot of money. And Abby Durfee Gray didn't have any. No, I'm kidding. I don't know about that. But she, I think it's certainly like a plausible, they were, later in life when they got married, like they weren't old, but they were later in life, like 40s-ish when they got married. Things only got more heated when Andrew started giving gifts to the members of his new wife's family. He would give her brother property and other members of her family, which obviously didn't really sit well with Emma and Lizzie because they're like, all right, well, what the hell?
Was he not
We're his
giving,
actual daughters.
And he wasn't giving anything to them, right?
Well, I don't know. I feel like it could have been a little bit of selfishness on their part. It could have just been animosity because they didn't like the woman.
Yeah.
And I don't know. But I don't know. She also could have been whispering sweet little messages in... She could have been whispering sweet little messages in Andrew's ear saying,
hey, help us.
give my brother a house. And I'll give you some sugar
like using
tonight.
Him.
Yeah. At one point, Emma and Lizzie confronted their dad. You want to know how much he sold them property for? Take a wild guess.
$100.
Oh no, $1.
Oh my gosh!
A single dollar.
I was gonna go with $50, and I thought that was a little.
Do I hear 25?
Huh?
Do I hear 25?
Do I hear $25?
Dollars. I don't know.
So it was only $1.
$1, and they turned around and sold that back to him. I'm assuming they like blackmailed him. And they got $5,000 for it. So they were smart. And as we're about to see, like, Lizzie Borden is, I don't want to call her smart because I feel like it might be better to just say everybody else was stupid. But because this is such a ridiculous case. It really is. So anyway, on August 3rd, John Morse, who was the brother of Sarah, their biological mother, came in. And he came to basically talk about business with Andrew. And I'll kind of get into that a little bit later. But he came and he stayed at the house. So he slept over with them. And so they were all in the house, as well as Bridget Sullivan, who was an Irish maid who was working for them.
Irish? Oh.
We've got Andrew, Abby, Emma, Lizzie, Bridget, and John Morse, all in a house together. The next day, they had breakfast together. A nice, colonial stack of pancakes from Denny's. No, I'm kidding.
Wait, so that was just like the first time they had breakfast together, or at least because they usually wouldn't eat together and stuff.
Yeah, that's suspicious to me that they ate breakfast together on this day. Maybe Lizzie and Emma kind of knew.
They knew that something was gonna.
They knew it was like the last breakfast instead of the last supper. Like the last breakfast. Because they were going to, betray Andrew and Abby. And so they had breakfast together. Hopefully they ate good. Hopefully they got some maple syrup from the woods. I'm trying to be funny and it's not working. So they had an hour talk, John Morse and Andrew. And then John Morse left to go run some errands. And Andrew went to walk off his breakfast.
Yeah, usually pretty good for the digestion. So.
Pretty good for the digestion. He had
that really big breakfast that last time.
Too bad he wouldn't need to worry about that too much later.
Yeah.
While they went on their separate ways, Abby went to go make beds, even though it wasn't her job. It was the job of her two lovely stepdaughters. They were supposed to be making the beds. But Abby was going to go do that. What a nice stepmother. So between 9 and 10:30, she went upstairs. And before I continue, because, this is where our dear sweet Abby gets killed. I just want to mention, Andrew and Abby at this point this is the 1890s. So they're in their 60s at this point. They're in their 70s at this point. 60s, 70s. Emma and Lizzie were in their 30s. Lizzie was 32 years old. They were not little girls.
Yeah, no.
Especially in that time, they would have been considered old maids. If you were not married with children by the age of 32, you were they thought,
when
Grandma Moses right here.
Wouldn't it even start before the 20s to have kids or something? I don't know.
Oh yeah, they were you need to get impregnated at 15.
Yeah, because 30 years old was already
not 15.
Old.
Oh Lord, I did not mean to say 15.
Well, I mean,
maybe
some
19.
people. No, I mean even farther back in time, they people girls would go get married at 15 or even 12 sometimes. I don't know.
I know. I'm pretty sure one of my grandmothers got married at 16. But
oh my gosh.
I don't. Yeah, I mean the lifespan was also a lot shorter. So they're you better get married and start that family quick. So I'm sure that the fact that Lizzie wasn't married and or had children was a sore subject in the family. And I'm sure Abby and Andrew were not thrilled to have 30-year-olds in their houses either.
Yeah.
Do you think Barbara's trying to get you to have a baby?
No.
Get married and have that baby quick.
Oh my God, no rush here and there. So let's.
She says that.
Well, she says that too, but I also say that. But no, but I feel back then they would have wanted like families to stay together or at least close to each other, kind of. So I don't know if they like maybe because they weren't close. Like I feel like since they didn't eat dinner or whatever meal together most of the time, they weren't that close and they hated each other. But usually, like a time, like I feel like back then, like they would stay closer together than now. Like now, I feel like people move out, they go and live their own life.
They go across the country.
Yeah, they go farther. While these, like, usually I feel like back then they would be more like at least in the same town or.
I know, but they were in the same house. That's weird.
Yeah, but like I feel like even in the house, I'm not sure. I feel like it wasn't as much of a strange like thing back then.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely something to do more research on in the future, but.
Hey!
But hey!
I tried.
No, me. I haven't. Because like I feel like that was just how people thought. I mean, it was like different, thinking back then. So yeah. Anyway, what were we talking about?
Abby's murder.
Okay, jeez.
Apparently, Abby. Well, this part I can't believe because they said Abby had to have been facing her killer when she was killed, because she got cut above her ear with a hatchet. And they also found 17 strikes to her head, which killed her. And then Andrew returned at 10:30. His key, for some reason, wasn't working. And so the maid who was with him, Bridget, kind of said a curse word. And then she said she heard Lizzie laughing. Like,
that's creepy.
Giggling. Like, just imagine, like, your key fails and you say, like, shit. And then you just hear, ah! Except Lizzie wasn't laughing at her. They heard her laughing coming from the second floor, so it's presumed that she was laughing at Abby's dead body, which was odd. So Andrew didn't go upstairs, which definitely helped Lizzie out, because there was a dead body up there. And Bridget did go upstairs, but she went into her own room, so she really didn't see her. And I guess Lizzie helped him get prepared for his nap on the couch. She took his slippers off, and he went to sleep. And then at 11, half hour later, there was a call made to Bridget from Lizzie saying that her father had been murdered. Somebody came into the house and killed him. There were 11 strikes, and one of his eyes was split in two. Like, ooh, that's like...
Yeah.
Like, I guess, I don't know, I feel like the only thing worse than having your, like, eyeball cut in two would be, like, having an injury, like, somebody, like, chop away at your privates.
Ouch.
Not that, you and I would have that same experience.
Yes.
There are 2 dead people, Lizzie's father, Andrew, and her stepmother, Abby. And it's Lizzie, Emma, and Bridget in the house. I actually don't know if Emma was there, but Lizzie was.
Let's just...
Do you feel like you can walk in her shoes?
No. Never.
Do you have sympathy for her?
No.
Her awful stepmother? Her evil stepmother? No, I'm kidding. I'm not sure.
I feel like maybe she was, like, just growing up as a child. That definitely has something to do... I don't know. It could... Like, she could have been just very... I don't know the word. I feel like... Maybe. Yeah. But, like, she could have also... Because she didn't grow up with, like, her own mom. Also, maybe something triggered her.
There might be somebody out in the audience that looks like Lizzie Borden.
Yeah.
I think that they're like the...
Yeah, no, obviously it was all like drenched in blood, the like whole couch or something that he was on, which I saw. I think it was like a red or green couch.
Oh yeah, there are pictures.
Yeah.
There are pictures. You could see their corpses if you...
But it's just like creepy that like you go... Like that house is open for like... You go there, go like through the museum, and then like there's like they give you a little tour, obviously, and then it's just like the couch is there, but it looks like brand new. Like you don't, you would never think that would have happened on that couch.
And right here, you can see where Abby Durfee Gray's ear was sliced off.
Oh my god!
On this very spot on the carpet. Maybe they have I wonder, do they have a gift shop?
I don't remember. I mean, they probably did. I just don't remember.
I hope they do. I hope they sell little plastic ears.
Oh that
you can purchase.
Well,
you can recreate the Borden killings.
I find it not hard to believe, but also believable. Obviously, that people want to go stay the night there because it's a bed and breakfast. And honestly, we were gonna go, but that was a long time ago. And but yeah, you can choose a room and all, and I think you would have the house to yourself, obviously, because I don't know if they will allow more than one guest, but or more than one.
So you can get your breakfast cooked by Lizzie.
And I don't even know if it's it's a bed and breakfast. So yes,
she can recreate the breakfast that they had that fateful morning.
Maybe at the same exact time.
Yeah, you can send your dad out on a walk, and then send your mother upstairs to go make the beds.
Oh my god!
And then you can go in the basement and look for a hatchet to kill them with.
Jeez, that's scary.
Y'all better do Lizzie proud. You better do her proud.
Oh my god.
WWLD, what would Lizzie do?
But yeah,
she'd go pick apples and flowers for the ladies in fruit mission. The fruit and flowers mission.
Yeah, fruit and flowers. I wonder. I'm just curious. I'm gonna look that up if that's actually still going on.
I know she wants to join it.
No, I mean, yeah, I don't even know what it's about, honestly. But
well, now we get to go into the trial, which is bonkers. Because this is such an unorganized trial, and it reaffirms that people that lived in the 1800s were not very bright. Because in today's world, the behavior that Lizzie Borden was showing, she'd get locked up immediately. She really would. She had very inconsistent answers. She was contradicting herself constantly. And her attitudes were swinging back and forth. She would be very moody one day and, chipper the next. It was very, very odd.
Obvious.
And the best part was they didn't even search for blood. They did no blood searches whatsoever.
Did they even do any, those, I don't think that
barely.
Did that even exist
they searched,
at that time? The fingerprints and stuff?
No, no.
Yeah, no. They didn't I don't even know how they would have done that in that time.
I don't think so, no. But they didn't know, they barely did a search on her. Barely. They under the excuse that she was ill, that's why they didn't do a search, because she said she wasn't feeling good. That's why they didn't search her. And they they didn't look for blood. So John Morse, their uncle, stayed with them, and he claims that he saw her and one of her friends, Alice Russell, who also was staying the night with them. He said they were doing suspicious stuff. I guess he saw Lizzie bent over a sink, which is maybe she was washing blood out of something. I don't know. They found a hatchet with a broken head, which they think was the murder weapon. That was in the basement amongst other tools. So they kind of put it there, making it look like those were just all the tools, but because one of them was broken, it kind of stood out. And Lizzie, I guess, didn't think that she was going to be a suspect, which was very interesting. I guess that genuinely surprised her.
Because, maybe nothing like that ever happened in, the town, or just, I don't know, maybe, that kind of stuff wasn't as often,
yeah.
Who knows, reported, or...
Oh, yeah, she 100%... Murders 100% were easy to...
They're way easier than...
They were way easy to get away with.
Probably. She thought that she would have never been questioned, and she'd just say whatever, but also they were a little bit more dumb at that time.
Yeah, things weren't as advanced as they are today. So she like was genuinely surprised that she was a suspect. And according to Alice Russell, her friend, when she found out that she was a suspect, she was tearing a dress up. And she said that there was red paint on it.
Oh.
Very cliche.
What a coincidence.
Yep. And so, like I said, she was going back and forth on a lot of stuff. She also was prescribed morphine, which they think was kind of a reason for her erraticness. So that's how they were kind of justifying it. Because people didn't think Lizzie did it. Like, there were a lot of people that, like, were convinced that it was just, you know, sweet, you know, ladies, fruit and flower Lizzie.
All sunshine and roses.
Like, you know, she's picking our plums. How could she do no wrong? People were beginning to flip on her. People were no longer convinced that Lizzie was innocent. The hatchet and her whereabouts were definitely, like, of interest to people. She actually was found not guilty.
Wow.
And she apparently, they said she left court as the happiest woman alive. So she was elated that she was not found guilty. And
this is so stupid.
To be honest with you, like the fact that she was not found guilty is a miracle. Because in today's world, all signs would have pointed to her.
She had all those signs, so...
Yeah. Like, there would have been no doubt in anybody's mind that she had, like, done it. But, I don't know, I wanted to go over some fun theories and kind of, like, see which one you thought was the most feasible. So, the first one is the pigeon murders. So, I guess there had been problems with kids coming onto their property and hunting pigeons. So, Andrew, before his death, slaughtered a lot of pigeons, which Lizzie did not like. So, apparently that, like, struck a chord with them and kind of set them off on the wrong foot. They also said that she was in a fugue state, which kind of, like, you know, disoriented almost. And that could have been because of, you know, the morphine, or there was an incident with bad milk. So, yeah, I guess they had consumed bad milk and it made the entire family sick. I don't know if they purposely, you know, the Borden daughters kind of purposely, maybe they tried to, like, poison their parents at first and that failed. Although I don't know why you'd use spoiled milk.
Yeah.
Like, you know, again, just going back to how little small-brained they are.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that might kill somebody with gluten intolerance like you, but no, I'm kidding.
Well, allergy, yeah.
Yeah. I think Emma's a really interesting character because, to my knowledge, I think she was at the breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if she was there for the murders. She must have been looked as a suspect. But I don't know. I don't think that they did any... I don't think that they think Emma had any involvement, which is a big question mark for me, because she could, I mean, who knows, like, you know,
I mean,
for all we know.
She got along with Lizzie.
Yeah, so. For all we know, she could have been involved. Hell, she could have been the one to do it. Like, it could have been her and, like, not Lizzie. Like, Lizzie, for all we know, could be telling the truth.
Was Lizzie on morphine? Didn't you know if was she?
I don't know if it was before or after.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was Abby a gold digger? Was she really a gold digger? Was she, like, really, you know, in it for the money? Because that would have caused a lot of issues and given them definitely more of a motive. There were rumors of sexual abuse within the family. Yeah. Another rumor was that there was a lesbian affair between Lizzie and Bridget, because apparently Lizzie Borden was a lesbian. Apparently that was, like, a very strongly, which would explain why she never married off or had children. especially in the 1860s, lesbianism was just like a big no, big scandal.
Yeah.
So there was a rumor that she and Bridget the maid were having an affair, and she killed them because they couldn't find out. And the meeting with John Morse is another interesting thing. Like, I would like to know if John Morse had any involvement. Coincidence that he came to town when because they had to have planned the murders, the sisters, or Lizzie at least.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know if like he had any involvement. They were very suspicious of him. The authorities were very suspicious.
I feel like they were more suspicious of him than Lizzie, to be honest, because
I think that I'm pretty sure at one point they were more suspicious
in the
of
beginning
him than anyone.
Least.
Yeah, because his alibi was almost too perfect. They said he had a rock solid in a more convenient way. There's another theory that there was, and this one I hesitated to even write because it's kind of silly. An author one time said that there was an illegitimate son named William Borden that Andrew had with another woman, and that he came and killed them, but there really wasn't a lot of substance to that theory, and they could not find anybody by the name of William Borden. There was no way that they could prove that. Oh, the other thing too is that Bridget the maid did go on the stand, but it's speculated that on Bridget's deathbed, because she died in the, I believe, 1940s, she said that she changed her testimony to protect Lizzie Borden, which I think kind of fueled the lesbian affair rumors, but also very clearly helped Lizzie out.
Hearing that, it kind of raises some questions too, because I mean, she was on she was on morphine too, or I don't know.
Yeah.
And that could have made her even more suspicious, I feel like. So maybe people would never know if it was really her or if she was just I don't know if it looked like she was acting or not acting, but she couldn't not she knew something.
I think she was just a genuinely disturbed girl.
Yeah.
I think she had psychological issues, and I think the drugs and the everything else just made it worse.
Yeah.
But I think she was a disturbed girl, and I'm almost I think the most plausible theory is she did it.
Yeah.
But I also you have to think about her. Like I said, you have to go back to Emma, because I find it hard to believe that Emma and even Uncle John Morse didn't know anything about it. At the time. If I had to make a bold prediction, I think one of two things. I think that either what the speculation is true. Lizzie did it, and even though I do think other people knew about it, specifically Uncle John and Emma, maybe Bridget, were all in on it, or they pinned it on her because she was so disturbed that they could easily pin it on her, and even make her think she did it.
Yeah, that's what I thought, that since also because she was on morphine or whatever, then that would have helped them out even more.
And I mean, when you're in that state, wouldn't you kill everybody? When you're in that state, I feel like your line of friendships with people versus people you despise
is blurred.
Is very blurred. So I feel like she would have, because Bridget was in the house.
But also, that seems a little weird, that I feel like maybe she, if Bridget knew, she might have told him, or maybe encouraged him to go on a walk so that it was possible for Lizzie to kill the step.
Well, they made it seem like the walk for him was a routine thing.
Oh,
they made it seem like it was something like, so they kind of took advantage of his schedule.
Yeah.
They kind of took advantage of his schedule, or Lizzie did. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling that there was more involvement in on it. I don't know why she would not kill everybody in the house.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I think it's like, they kind of were like, oh, it's convenient that Uncle John was walking for an hour.
You mean Andrew?
No, John. Or, sorry, Andrew was walking, but because that John was gone for an hour.
Errands, yeah, running errands.
I have an Uncle John. I actually have 2 Uncle Johns.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Random fact. So I keep, it's weird that I'm calling him Uncle John. But yeah, so that's the Lizzie Borden case. Fun, right? Don't you wish you were living... I know, like I said multiple times, you wish you were in the Ladies Fruit and Flower Mission.
Yeah.
But you know what? You can see if it's still happening.
I'll definitely look that up.
Send them an email. Say you want to join.
They're like, did you guys know that Lizzie Borden and Emma were part of the Fruit and Flower?
Oh my God! Say that your heroes.
Oh my God.
Lizzie and Emma were. Don't say their last. Just say my heroes, Lizzie and Emma were
Oh yeah.
I have 2 friends named Lizzie and Emma that were in your group.
They'll
be like, block that email. My great grandmother, Lizzie Borden.
My great yeah. My great.
Oh, good word.
When did she pass away?
I believe the 1920s. She didn't live very. I think she only lived into her 60s. She didn't live very long.
Health issues or
I'm assuming, unless somebody gave her the Lizzie Borden treatment themselves, they offered. No, I'm kidding. I think it would have been reported way more heavily if she were murdered herself.
Yeah, but she was never found.
But her older sister actually outlived her by a year.
Really?
Yeah,
it's a little odd that they're a year apart. They both.
Well, I'm not sure if they were a year apart, but she outlived her by a year. They might have had a couple more years in between.
Oh no, yeah. I mean, like a year apart, dying. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then, but Bridget lived into the 40s, so she lived a lot longer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got that confused.
She lived into the 40s.
Lizzie lived until the 40s.
Oh, no. They lived until the 20s, and then Lizzie lived through to the 40s, yeah.
So maybe Lizzie was the mastermind. I don't know.
Oh, you mean Bridget?
Bridget, shoot. Yeah, see,
yeah, maybe Bridget killed them all, and then she went back. She waited until the 1920s, and then she, killed her lover and her sister. Yeah. But yes, that's the Lizzie Borden case. So next episode we are going to do, I'm really excited about, because we are jumping a century forward. We are going to be doing the Phil Spector, Lana Clarkson case, which happened in 2003, so we were really going forward. And this one is going to be a true crime because it has been very much solved, and so it's gonna be fun. Phil Spector is an asshole. Rest in peace, Lana Clarkson. But like I said, follow us on social medias. We have Instagram at Evil and Eerie Podcast, Twitter at Evil Eerie Podcast, and we are on Facebook. Just look up the Evil and Eerie Podcast. Don't put the in. I don't think I ever use the. And then our website is www.evilandeeriepodcast.com. And please download this episode. Download all of our episodes so we get download numbers, because that's how we get sponsors, with download numbers. Please follow us. Do all that fun stuff. This has been the Evil and Eerie Podcast. Goodbye, kids.
Goodbye. Thank you for listening.